I decided to come back. Third stream in one day. What? I know. Insane. Anyway, we're back with more Shadowrun. What did we do last time? We tried to save Coyote's brother. That didn't quite go as intended. We went back to the warehouse to talk to the spirits of the guy that was murdered, or the spirits near the guy that was murdered, and found out it was an elf and a troll. What did the deed? So we're just continuing along with the breadcrumbs. Just continuing along with the breadcrumbs right now. When you return to the Seamstresses Union in the early hours of the morning, it seems a completely different place. And some other stuff, apparently. Mrs. Kubota is in the back. This place is fucking empty. What happened? Gathered around the intimate back bar, Mrs. Kubota and her coterie gather for breakfast, with the lady herself doing the cooking. The smell of soy calf and something resembling sausages fills the room. What's in these sausages? Evening, sir. What's the word around town, Mr. Cluey? There's been more talk of the Ripper killings. Some people are saying they're hate crimes on account of the victims all being human. Most people are ignorant bastards. Well, I wouldn't go that far. People are just too quick to label something a hate crime. Check the census. The city is still 66% human. Close your eyes and throw a rock, you're more than likely to hit a human. Doesn't make it a hate crime. Still a crime, though. And that should be enough. This is the first real rise you've seen out of Mr. Cluey, but he reins himself in with a roll of his thick shoulders and a smoothing of his jacket. Don't worry, not going to start throwing rocks. Wouldn't want to reinforce the stereotype. I'll leave you to your business, sir. Ohio! Would you like some? She stops. Forgive me, Ome, but you look like hell. I've been working, Mrs. Kubota. She looks you over, noting the signs of your nocturnal activities. She nods. Any run you can walk away from is a good run. I agree. Good to be back in one piece. It's good to have you back. I can tell you've been busy, and I can see by the look on your face that there is something you need. Is this about the Ripper? Yep, I found some DNA evidence and need help analyzing it. That's excellent. I will unlock the piano so you may go downstairs. I'm certain someone in the safe house will be able to help you if they're awake. It is likely that you will visit the Matrix before the day is done. May I take a sausage? Take the whole plate. Amazing. And now I have a fuckload of karma to spend. So let's max my body out. Stick some into quickness. That gives me 2 left, which isn't quite enough to go up on rifle. But hell yeah. I'm now as tough as they come. What's my dodge? How do you improve dodge? Is it just you keep sticking it into quickness, maybe? Or is dodge a separate thing in quickness? Strength, intelligence, willpower, charisma. Quickness is ranged, pistol, blah, blah. Oh, it is. Dodge helps reduce the chance to be hit by physical attacks. Okay, so not gun attacks. And quickness also reduces the chance to hit with physical attacks. So what's good for dodging? Bullets. You know, Neo style. Charisma is etiquettes and whatever. That makes sense. Willpower reduces magical attacks. Intelligence reduces enemy programs in the Matrix. Strength determines how far a grenade can be thrown. Quickness reduces chance to be hit by physical attacks and chance to hit in ranged. And that increases my chance to reduce damage taken. Okay, so I say we focus on quickness next. Yeah. Yep. The digital world. You've been doing a lot of lead work on this job, but it's going to require a trip to cyberspace and back to ID the Ripper. The Matrix, the cybernetic analog of Inside the Grid, the worldwide computer network, a digital world, information brought to life. Inside cyberspace, your avatar does all the work while your meat body's left behind. All around your avatar are pathways to other nodes filled with data, IC, counter-intrusion programs, and other jacked-in runners. Cyberspace has many dangers. It has as many dangers as the meat world, and more. Locked doors, security countermeasures, and black IC that can fry a decker's brain. Every movement you make in the Matrix can be tracked, if you aren't careful. Get dump shocked out and your brain gets fuzzy for a bit. Get hit by an enemy decker and you can die. Morning. You look like you've been up all night. You look like you've seen some action too. I suppose I could use a shower. You here to buy equipment? Negative. Need a DNA analysis. Fry can help you out. Doc Castle's equipment isn't really set up for that. However, I could employ a semiconductor chip. It could decode DNA using a voltage change instead of light. That would eliminate the use of highly expensive equipment that would be required otherwise. I just read a journal about it, so the information's still fresh. Frankly, it should be easy. What do you want to know about it? The owner's identity. Ah, that's beyond me. All I can get you is the gene code sequence. Well, why did you ask what I want to know if you can't help me out, huh? But that's where I come in. David, if you can get me that code sequence, I'm pretty sure I can track its owner down via the Matrix run. Will do. Let me have the DNA you want to test. Wolf, when David gives me the sequence, I'll jack in and help you trace the blood sample back to its source. Thanks, guys. If this works, we may find the Emerald City Ripper. No, Drek. He turns to Johnny, excited. Wake up, Johnny boy. You've got work to do. And Wolf, if you need any gear, I'll be right here. I just got a second wind. Meet you at my rig. Sweet. What next? Discover the identity of the Ripper. You need some hardware or software? No. I don't. Was hoping to get some peace and quiet tonight. You got something for me? I've got a flight recorder. Wouldn't happen to be an Ares flight recorder, would it? Some very powerful buyers are looking for that right now. I can get rid of you for, say, 20%. That leaves 2,000 for you. Yeah. Pleasure doing business. Thanks to the semiconductor-based gene sequencing system that David employed, we should have the information we need to track the Ripper in the Matrix. I'm really impressed with his results, considering it was his first attempt. He was utilizing an unproven technique he'd read about in a science journal, and he was working from memory on minimal sleep. Sounds fascinating. If there's time later, maybe you can tell me more about it. Yes, maybe we can sit down with David and he can share his research, but let's stay focused. Here's what I'm thinking. We hit the Lone Star DNA database first to see if our donor has a prior criminal record. They have extensive DNA archives, then we go hunting based on what we find. Let's hit the decks and jack into the Matrix. I can get into their private grid easily, but I've got to warn you, once we're in, it could get a little rough. How much decking experience have you had? No experience. What now? I have a Trode net here. It's a headband you wear that lets you piggyback me in the Matrix. You'll see and hear everything I do. Okay. We're in. Your synapses light up as you connect your consciousness to the digital world. Although you aren't jacked in like Johnny, the sensation is overwhelming and electrifying. You can only imagine the way it feels for him. The arch will take us to the next node. The data store ahead is defended by intrusion countermeasures. What does this mean? We're doing alright. It is missing me a lot more than I'm missing it. The IC is down. Let's see if there's a match for this fingerprint. DNA match located, 100% match. Arrest records database. Subject Silas Forsberg, status deceased. Profession, chop shop surgical assistant. Priors, breaking and entering, 2 counts. Public indecency, 1 count. Brought in for questioning on accusations of unlicensed plastic surgery. No charges were filed. 100% match to a dead man. Let's keep looking. Okay. They've got to miss us here at some point, right? Okay, what's this? The Newsnet archive. Newsnet 1. Return our subject Silas Forsberg. The body of Silas Forsberg, a chop shop surgical assistant, was found in an apartment in Snohomish earlier this week. The body has been there for as long as a month when Forsberg landlord noticed a rancid smell and contacted authorities. Lone Star representatives have issued a statement saying Forsberg's death has been ruled a suicide. According to reports, his body, a mass of puncture wounds, and the cause of death was determined to be an overdose of anti-stress medications and sedatives. The man's employer claims he was a dedicated employee, though he suffered from bouts of depression. Forsberg's next of kin could not be located, but the attorney appointed to his estate has located a will written weeks prior, leaving all of his belongings to his psychiatrist. The identity of the psychiatrist has not yet been released due to privacy concerns. Yet another sad end to a life, as is far too common here in the sprawl. Now that might be something we can go on. Let's regroup in meat space for a bit. Well, I also want to check down here. Hacked autopsy records. Silas Forsberg. Subject was found overdosed on half a dozen different sedatives. Several anti-anxiety medications were also found in his system. Face was mutilated, possibly self-inflicted. Identity could not be confirmed immediately due to the disfigurement. Had to check dental records to confirm. No next of kin. Large puncture wounds were found in several places on the body, possibly large bore surgical needles. Body had been decomposing for several weeks before the landlord noticed the smell and called the police when no one answered the door. This just keeps getting weirder. So here's what we know. Our DNA evidence belongs to a dead man whose death was never explained. He worked with chop shops, which fits with the living guy that you've met. The Newsnet says he left his estate to his psychiatrist. Maybe finding out who his psychiatrist was will give us our next clue. My gut says we can deck into the medical board's records and reverse trace to find this doctor. You in? Punch it, man. To the medical board. Searching medical records. Silas Forsberg. Medical records file for Silas Forsberg located. 2020 to 2030. Pediatric record partial. One particular pediatrician's entry stands out from the rest. Child suffers from a chronic depression and social anxiety, most likely caused with his physical abnormalities. We've seen many cases like this recently, with the outbreak of changeling children being born. With the aberrant physiology, we're seeing there is no telling what sort of brain functions are affected. Prescribed a series of sedatives last year that seemed to have no effect, upping the dosage. 30 to 40. Data missing or corrupted, contact your administrator for help. 40 to present. The file is quite large and takes well over an hour to read through. The final entry, however, is the most significant. It is written by Dr. Henry Holmes. Silas has overcome significant mental disorders and no longer goes through periods of violent episodes. Latest medications have proven especially effective, but I believe that being treated by another elf has significantly impacted his treatment. Unfortunately, my efforts to maintain an emotional boundary with him have proven challenging. He has bonded to me in an unhealthy and frankly an unnerving way. His hero worship exhibits itself in the form of mimicked speech patterns and adopting my dress. For this reason, and for the health of the patient, I am assigning another doctor to his case. I will inform him at his next session. Got a name now, Dr. Holmes. Let's keep going and find out where he works. Watch out! The black I see could fry our brains and kill us. Ow. Right, just keep doing this until one of us dies, I suppose. Oh, turns out it's you. Employment records located. Henry Hollings Holmes, MD, PhD. Current employment status. Dr. Henry Holmes currently holds the position of Chief Psychiatrist and Administrator at Mercy Mental Hospital, Snohomish, Washington, UCAS. Previous employers. 2045 to 54, psychiatrist in residence, Mercy Mental Hospital in Snohomish, Washington, UCAS. 40 to 45, attending psychiatrist, Mercy Mental Hospital in Snohomish, Washington, UCAS. 30 to 40, private practice. Bingo, back to meat space again. So we're going to get ambushed because we're still in combat mode. And that seems to be how this works, right? Oh, or not? Fair enough. What do I know? Reality is at the end of the day contextual, and as the meat world comes back into focus, your head once again tries to settle on which world is the real one. While the philosophical question lingers, your meat body demands food and drink. You disconnect your deck from your deck and find the Union's safe house has risen. I also got some karma to spend. Right, so I'm maxed on body. Let's keep shunting points into quickness, shall we? I might give myself some dodge just to be safe. Right, what we got? TB Grubman. Despite the hour, Buster is fastidiously put together in another wrinkle-free suit. He shows every indication that he's been up for hours, sunk to his elbows in a dozen crates, each containing objects of sinister, matte black, hidden beneath curls of straw-coloured packing foam. The foam flies about as he inventories the shipment, clinging to every surface except for Buster's immaculate suit. Just in time, I got a whole slew of new toys in from a supplier back east. Factory fresh and still smelling of their mother's gun oil. Maybe there's another in this batch, something in this batch you'd be interested in. How long have you been in the trade, Buster? Well, let's see here. I left Cal Free on July the 8th, 2038, 6:13 in the morning. It was a Thursday. From there, I wandered a bit, plied my skills as a merc in half a dozen different wars, official or otherwise. Never did take to running the shadows like some of the boys I knew. Too subtle for my taste, I suppose. Surely there was no shortage of full-scale engagements to be had, so I didn't want for work. Might be doing it today if I hadn't lost the arm. How did you lose it? It was also stupid. Some Azzies were lobbing smokers behind our lines, more to mess with us than anything. I decided to toss one back, and didn't it just figure that the one I grab ain't a smoker? I got it off, but only just barely. Shredded my old arm, but good. Got plenty of other scars to remember the moment by as well, but the arm was the big one. So take a word of advice from an old soldier. Make sure you're never holding a grenade in one hand unless you just pulled the pin with the other. Now, if I haven't given you reason to doubt my professional competency, how about we talk turkey? What can I get you? Let's see what you got. So what's this? We've got pistol, revolver, pistol, SMG, SMG, shotgun. A specialist assault rifle used by Corpsec units. That is 12L36, 12L32. My current's 25, so I want range combat 4. A specialist assault rifle used, yeah, let's pick that up. Absolutely. I mean, I can't use it yet, but what else did he have? Axe, katana, machete, baseball bat, some drones, some grenades. Never mind. How much money did I have, actually? 3,000. David looks almost as tired as you do. You can tell that this case has gotten under his skin like it has yours. Any luck in there? We found an exact match for the DNA, but it was linked to a dead chop shop assistant by the name of Silas Forsberg. Now, I have my theories, but what do you think is going on here, Wolf? The DNA evidence doesn't belong to the killer. I guess that's still a possibility. You seemed pretty sure when we got here that it did. What about Silas's autopsy report, though? Anything stand out? His face was so mangled that they had to use dental records to identify him. Good catch. That matches up with something I've seen runners try. It's easy enough to find a body shop that'll make a replica set of teeth for you. Find some schlub off the street that no one will miss, swap the teeth, and throw the heat off your trail for a while. Lucky I've never been that desperate. But why would he need to go to those lengths? Do the police records have something linking him to a different crime? He had a prior for unlicensed plastic surgery. True, wouldn't look too good on someone's record if they wanted to become a doctor. I think this is beginning to come together. The late Silas left all his belongings to a doctor. Dr. Holmes. Employment records have him as the administrator at Mercy Mental, and the picture on his file matches the person you saw downtown. The same person this DNA belongs to. All the evidence points to him being your killer, whoever he really is. I should go find this Dr. Holmes and ask him some very pointed questions. Please pay him my respects. I always find that high caliber rounds get the message across. You should clearly hire some friends and go loaded for bear. I side-loaded a ton of valuable data from the Lone Star Matrix nodes. Here's your cut. You're not coming? I think my part here is done. You might want to go sticking your hand into the hornet's nest, but I'm a little more wary of the jobs I take these days. That's fair. Okay, I'm up to 7k now. Loads of money. Need some new armor? Hello, what do we have here? Willpower +1, no. Strength +1, no. Taking off Dead Ganger, which seemed like a good idea at the time. Quickness +1, HP +5. Quickness +1. What does my current one give? Just HP +3. Yeah, I'll get that. Yeah, man. I'm wearing... What the hell am I wearing? What the hell am I wearing? I'm like that new character in the first Descendant, whatever that new game's in. Bunny. I'm so fast. Adjournon looks the same as always, so much so that one may wonder if he ever takes his time to eat or sleep. Perhaps his presence on this plane of existence is insubstantial enough that he isn't subject to such base needs. Or perhaps he just does these things when no one's looking. Dark clouds surround you. Dark clowns surround you, my friend. But perhaps there is something I could provide that would help you with whatever weighs so heavily upon you. What's new in the world of magic, Adjournon? The spirits are stirring. Something has upset the natural order. There is something new. Different. I've seen some sick Drek lately. Might be what you mean. Algernon takes a hard look at you for what may be the first time, but this time it's the hard look of a magician whose eyes pierce the veil of reality and burrow through a man's soul. I can see you have met with disturbing visions, but there is something else out there, something not born of life as other spirits are. Shaking his head, Algernon opens his clasped hand to you as if begging forgiveness. Too often this world leaves us confounded. I pray I have not left you in such a state with my idle musings. Please, can I be of service to you today? No, I ain't no street magician. I'm a runner-gunner. Runner-gunner, winner, dinner, chicken, spinner. Just one glance is all you need to tell the good doctor is exhausted. Her crumpled scrubs are stained with a mix of blood and other fluids too colourful to be naturally occurring in the human body. Her eyes are those of a person who has built up a substantial sleep debt and has no idea when or how to begin paying it off. I'm not one to talk, but you look like Drek. Afraid there isn't much I can do for that. Oh, charming. Thank you, darling. Doc Castle snaps her fingers and calls forth the spirit normally seen perched on her shoulder. It appears from out of the ether, and the doctor immediately seems less fatigued than she was a moment before. Now what can I do for you? Everything alright here, Doc? Here at the Union? Yes, fine. I'm just getting back myself. Days here tend to be slow, so I volunteer at a medical centre on the other side of Touristville, and I had a rough shift. I imagine most shifts in the Barrens are rough ones. By any measure, yes, they are, but today was especially difficult. I didn't hear all the details. All I really know is what came in on the lips of the victims healthy enough to still speak. Apparently, one of the Baron's gangs incurred the wrath of the local Siolpa rings, leading to a rolling shootout through the city streets. Several bystanders were injured. But the real mess didn't begin until the party crashed into the yard of an old industrial plant out of Union Hill Road. They woke some sort of toxic spirit, which then began running amok, causing easily as much damage as the initial battle. And we were left to pick up the pieces, of course. But enough about my troubles, let's hear about yours. Tell me what ails you. Let's have a look at what you got, Doc. Current is 3. I've got 6k? Oh yeah, I bought armor, of course. That adds 6 HP. I don't really need more HP, I don't think. I'm not a decker, so I don't think I need a data jack. +2 armor for the body. That adds +1 body. Movement +1. When triggered, you will dodge the first attack against you. Lasts 3 rounds. That's expensive, though. I could give myself more quickness. Okay. Cyberware causes essence loss. This affects the magic rating of your character, as magic is equal to essence rounded down. Magic is very important for spellcasters. The base number of spell slots available to the caster is equal to half of their magic rounded down. Therefore, losing essence can cause spell slots to be permanently lost. In addition, each point of magic lost increases all spell cooldowns by +1. Casting a spell again while it is cooling causes drain damage to the caster. You cannot have less than 1 essence. But I'm not a caster. In fact, I have no... Will I ever... Nah. Okay. Never mind. Maybe I do want to move into spellcasting at some point. I don't know. I can't move that into my inventory. Which I was hoping to do. I've got no karma and I needed range combat 4, didn't I? So I need 4, 5, 6, 7 karma essentially to be able to use that new rifle. If you're looking for runners again, I'm your guy. Discreet service only. I need to hire a crew. Oh, she can come with me for free. Let's add her for free, because what does she... Oops. What does she have? Haste. Mana Bolt. And slow. Yeah, let's take her. As the shaman. I don't really like the idea of adepts, I'll be honest. I want a mage that can heal again. Niccolo, you can come with me. For 1,600. I guess let's take this guy. Programs 4221753. 4221753. They've got the same thing these days. Let's take him just in case we need to hack something, I guess. What's that? 2,900. Out of the 4,000 we got paid. Yeah, okay. The blood you found at the warehouse belongs to a man masquerading as one Dr. Holmes, and you've tracked him to Mercy Mental Hospital, located in the notoriously anti-metahuman farmlands of Snohomish. The drive to the hospital is long and unpleasant. Finally, you reach the walled and gated hospital compound. Despite the pretense of security, the gate is unguarded, unlocked, and open. No one stops or greets you as you drive up to the large, crumbling building. Gothic ramparts top a damaged roof, cracked walls and broken windows. All around the building is a lawn gone wild. Only the artificial light from within speaks of inhabitants. You walk up the hospital steps to confront Sam Watts' killer and bring an end to the Emerald City Ripper. That's me. Welcome, sir. What business brings you to Mercy Mental Hospital? Here to see Holmes, Dr. Holmes. Ah, new customer. Please wait in the common room ahead. I'll notify the good doctor. He'll be with you in a moment. Guard. Please stay within the cafeteria. Okay. It's an automated medication dispensary. It doesn't recognize you, so nothing dispenses. The clock stopped, probably displaying a time from 40 years ago. Well, Lorraine and Donnie. Hey guy, have you seen Josie? I don't think so. I know, right? Haven't seen him for days. Dr. Philippe told me not to worry about it. He says I worry too much. But who am I supposed to play chess with? Donnie over there can't suss more than a match 4. Josie sounds like quite a guy. What does he look like? Well, he's big, and he's got a big gold ring. The doctors let him keep it when he got here. Sometimes he lords it over us, but I'm sure if I had a ring like that, I'd do the same. He says he won it playing the Screamers in the Super Brawl years back. Urban Brawl, huh? That's a rough profession. Not too rough for Josie. He says he went whole seasons without any injuries. He was usually playing Outrider, though. Will you at least help me look for him? I have this key I swiped off the day guard, but they keep a close eye on us. You could have a peek in the infirmary and see if there's a record or something. He might just be in a cool-off room and they won't tell me. I'll see if I can find something. No promises. Okay, I'll be right here if you do. That's the infirmary key. Nice. Hello, stranger. You new? Yeah, you look new here. Are you new? I'm doing a health and safety check for the corporate office. Well, you don't want to talk to me. I don't work here. I'm not crazy enough for that. I'm looking for Dr. Holmes. Donnie's face blanches. I don't think you really want to do that. Not really. Sounds creepy, son. Around here, you don't want to attract the attention of the doctor. If you stay quiet, life is much easier. Much easier. I'm Wolf. Who are you? Name's Donnie. That's my name. Donnie. D-O-N-N-Y. I knew I didn't recognize you. I know everybody in this place. Everybody. Well, everyone on the first 2 floors. Anyone I should look out for, Donnie? No, not on this floor. Only the calm ones are allowed up in the cafeteria. If you're violent, you have to eat in your room. Okay. Can we not have our hacker dude hack this? Is he not good enough? The stench of blood and mold gets even stronger as you move closer to the infirmary. What have we got? You find an unlabeled Trivid disc. You have no way of playing back the disc at this time. A severed arm lies next to the zipped body bag. The arm looks human and appears neatly severed at the elbow. There's a large gold ring on the index finger. Its owner is probably the occupant of the bag. You slip the heavy ring off the cold finger and feel its weight in your hands. Inside is an engraving. It reads, Screamers 2048. Well, shit. Sorry, Josie. The surgical cart is strewn with gruesome tools, motorized saws, and metal vices. Well, Josie's fucked. The patient information for Josiah C. Dawson is open on the cyber terminal. Read the medical history. Josiah C. Dawson, 18th of July 2015, 1.9 meters, 95 kilograms, retired. Allergies, none. Medications, alprazolam, rabexitine. Reasons for stay, post-traumatic stress disorder. Status, deceased. Read the attached notes. Patient had undocumented cyberware in the left arm, as well as multiple pieces of shrapnel in various locations. Complications would likely arise if transplanted to another host. The rest of the body is in excellent condition and can be used to improve other subjects, as well as fulfill some custom requests. Uh-oh. Are we about to get ambushed now? That was investigate and look around. So, did you see anything? I'm not sure how to put this. What? Tell me, did he get released? Looks like he's dead because he's corpsicle. Looks like Josie's going to be playing that Super Bowl in the sky. Yeah, give her the ring. Maybe you should have this. You mean he... Oh, God. Well, thanks for your help. The noise of a scratchy PA system blasts through the room. Attention! Wolf, report to the North Hall to meet with the administrator. I gained a little bit of karma. The elf standing before you may quite possibly be the ugliest elf you've ever seen. I already saw him before. He was in the street. His meticulously clean lab coat, format jacket, and old-fashioned bow tie give him the look of an undertaker from centuries past. As you approach the window, he locks eyes with you, smiling a thin, unnerving smile. Good day to you. How can I help you? Dr. Holmes, I presume. You're a hard man to reach, especially considering you're dead. I'm sorry? Who's dead? He acts genuinely confused, but he can't seem to drop the smile from his lips. It was a good racket you had going here, but you got sloppy with your kills, and now the Ripper's trail leads straight to your door. The only trail I see is the one that you have left in your own wake. In fact, I believe the Ripper may be standing right in front of me. Guards! How? How did you miss from that distance? Fool. Okay, so... Okay, seriously. Oh, there's a fucking item there. Added the guard's key. Amazing. Then let's go this way. Thank you. Right, come on, Wolfie boy. Let's get you down here, and hopefully you can take a pot shot at him at least. And miss, but, you know. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. What in the shit is that? You also have mana balls. Oh, that's an AoE. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Fireball, that is also an AoE. Okay, just take some pot shots, I guess. Do a quick check. The nearby intercom speaker crackles to life. The voice of Dr. Holmes begins to blare from it. Attention all personnel. We have a dangerous patient loose inside the facility. Subject is a male elf, but may be coordinating with other violent offenders. Use all necessary force. That's mean. Exit this character from the scene. No. Well, I don't know. Is that where do I want to go that way? Halls of disrepair. As you venture deeper into the asylum, you see that the inside is every bit as bad as the outside. Gone is any attempt to uphold sanitary hospital aesthetics. With peeling paint, cracked floors, and exposed conduit, the pretense of mental care is shattered. In this modern era, Mercy Mental Hospital is a throwback to the barbaric asylums of old, prisons and torture chambers rather than places of healing. It's clear that Dr. Holmes is spending his money on something other than this facility. You continue on. Holmes can only run so far. Who opened all the cells? They'll kill us all. Yeah, they will. Okay. I really would like to go. Oh, I want to go here. That's incredibly frustrating. Come on. Come on, I want to go there. Right. Are you joking? Okay, go there, fuck's sake. Ow! So, avoid the deranged patient. Is that... Because I'm guessing I don't want to kill the deranged patients. It's not their fault they're deranged, right? So everyone just run down here. The intercom begins speaking as soon as you approach. Holmes must be watching from somewhere. You don't understand, do you? This is a place for broken things, but only by further breaking them can they be remade. And so we must break you. Okay, I'm really sorry, dude, but... Like, if you're gonna attack me, then... Okay. Look, I got no qualms about shooting mental patients. Nothing else in there. More mental patients. Let's see if they try and come after us down here, I guess. She's got a fucking gun. Two turns to cast that again. 20 health against 6 health is not a good trade-off. Ow! Come on, Shannon. Alright, is there anything we can grab in here? Apparently not. Why can't I use it? Because she's not wounded? Or... Okay, so you can only heal what you're wounded. I guess. Oh, hey. Nice crit. Another nice crit. Come on, you should be able to finish him off. Nice. That's a mental patient that I can't see. Now I can. You can't see him from there though. Oh, hey. Oh, hey, you did. Right, what did we... Find Dr. Holmes was our mission. The surgical cart contains a gate key. The smell of rotting flesh is immense. The remains appear to be from multiple metahumans. Okay. Did we take the gate key? Or is it just something I've got to do? There's an unlabeled trivet disc in the second drawer. Unlabeled what's a trivet disc? Nobody knows. Okay, so back the way we came. Okay. From another intercom, Dr. Holmes continues. Someone once told me that I was a broken thing, but he also said I could remake myself. He wanted to break me down so I could put myself back together again. And I did, but only after I broke him. I could remake you as well. What wonderfully twisted thoughts must churn in a mind such as yours. But I'm more inclined to use you for parts. Aha. Wait, what was that? I saw that. What is it? Crazed patient. Nice crit there. Missed. Missed. Nice. Security and the doctor. Ouch. Oh, you missed. Right. Shoot that grenade, motherfucker. Nice. I would love you to heal our wounded protagonist, please. And then shoot this guy in the face. Whilst you go and collect whatever this is. By all means come, you have proven yourself a truly fine specimen. I can think of 100 uses for one such as you. The Trivid player holds a collection of personal diaries. Some of the video files are missing. Insert and playback Tridio 1. Got some cutout chips in last week. Tried them out on the patients with violent flashbacks, hoping it would at least mellow some of them out. It was like night and day. Once the chip was installed, all of their psychotic breaks triggers were blocked. Mrs. Juskin has gone 4 days without attacking the staff or herself. In today's interview, Mrs. Juskin told me she hated her legs. She said they were stumpy, unattractive. I haven't done a transplant in years, but I offered to give her new legs. Her face lit up like it was Christmas. At least her cutout can block out the surgery and painful recovery process. I've put in an order to the organ grinders to send me anything leggy. Maybe I'll get some elf legs and see how she likes them. I was walking to the organ grinders downtown and there was some kind of event happening at Mega Media. They had a puppet there from Maria Mercurial's label with a Personafix chip installed, making her an exact doppelganger. They were just using her to hawk some SimSense re-release of Mercurial live show, but it gave me an idea. The cutouts, the body modifications, and my healthy supply of patience, I'm perfectly set up to be a Bunraku fixer. If I can find a supply for Personafix chips, I can sell full-service Bunraku, even program the behavior trees. Found a buyer for the first Bunraku. A man in the Barrens offered me 20,000 yunan for the female troll I've been modifying. He likes them big, he says. All that's left is to arrange delivery. He says he can put me in touch with some more buyers if I'll accommodate special orders. These morons' lives are already over anyway. The least they could do is line my pockets. Before you is a medical lab turned torture chamber. The smell of old blood and decayed flesh permeates the room. Gory stains speak of the body's fluids spilled without regard for well-being or hygiene. There are bodies, probably former patients, trapped in hideous machines, enduring horrific experiments. The subjects you can see all appear dead. Any that aren't must wish they were. You've chased Holmes to his lair. Just as his face reveals an ugly soul, so does this safe haven, it would seem. Holmes, Silas, the Emerald City Ripper, the elf is a monster beyond compare. It's time to end this. Another intercom crackles at your elbow. One solid blow would offer a few moments blessed silence, but this is also a rare chance to get a word in on the good doctor, who greets you with more of his chittering laughter. You are a persistent one, a fine specimen indeed. Why don't we settle this face to face, friend? Few friends for a face such as mine. Though I have one associate I would be happy to introduce you to. Pitazel, subdue them! Who's Pitazel? So surgeon, hired mage. Oh, fuck. That's Pitazel. Okay then. Oh, fuck. What can you do? That slows the movement down, increases friendly target's AP. Let's give that to you. Armor stripped, armor -4. Well, fuck-a-doodle-doo. Right, now we can do this. Shadowrun! So, if I do it there, it should only get him, right? Nice. Hey, can't you do anything right, Petersil? Right, you're given the good doctor additional. Come on, Dr. Holmes. Let's slow you down a bit. Or we'll miss you, you know, either or. He's a magic boy. Were they stunned? Not that it really matters. You going down. Holmes drops to the ground, the light in his eyes fading fast, but something keeps the shriveled husk of his soul stuck to this mortal coil for a few moments more. This is a place of broken things. I remake them. She asked me to remake her. He manages one more laugh, his glazed eyes rolling towards a workbench across the way. She was playing both of us. +1 action point. Your experience has increased your ability to operate in dangerous situations. Yay! Then, with a final bloody whimper, the Emerald City Ripper breathes his last. What was this? Locate and exit, investigate Holmes's motives. Also, spend a fuckload of karma. Perfect. Now I can equip that new gun when I go home. Is there any way to like switch between characters? Because I feel like this was highlighting when I was like the shaman maybe? Can I do that and play as Shannon for a bit? No. Fine. And can we leave this place or are we... Nah. Okay, I guess there's not really a great deal to see here. So let's just search for this. Holmes's workbench falls somewhere between coroner's slab and medieval torture device. It's decorated in the many colours of death and littered with the instruments of that trade. To one side there is a leather-bound journal stuffed with uneven pages. To the other is a poxec, a small screen still glowing. Beneath the bench is a rolled sheaf of papers held closed with a tied length of surgical tubing. Investigate the workspace. The bench has clearly played host to numerous bodies over its lifetime. It includes limb restraints as well as skeletal traction mechanisms. At this table, Holmes likely dismembered bodies or quite possibly put them back together. The tackiness of the blood suggests it has been used relatively recently. Leafing through the pages, you find a few intelligible entries. Holmes may not have been a real doctor, but his handwriting clearly fits the stereotype. Stuffed in the last few pages is a copy of a disinterment order from a local cemetery, with the grave's occupant marked as Melinda Watts. Aha. Sam's mother? Access the pocket secretary. Holmes is still logged in, granting you access to his currently loaded files. Prominent among them is a hospital report from a donor program. It lists the organs beside the names and vital statistics of the recipients. Your eye catches Sam Watts' name beside the entry for liver. Also on the list are the Ripper's other known victims, along with several others who may have shared in the same fate. There is also a large sum of Nuyen which can easily be transferred to your account. Examine the rolled sheet of paper. Unfurling the large sheet of paper, you discover a diagram of the human female form, rendered to an impressive level of detail. It appears to be the blueprint for making Holmes's very own monster. Male and female Bunraku. His chip slot is still fresh, the open wound pink and wet and lurid. His voice drips innuendo, but his eyes say nobody's home. Well, hello there. Did you come to play? Are you okay? How long have you been here? Of course we're okay. We're ready for a little party. You want to have a little party with me? By a name? She's assembled in a standard config. Face of a schoolgirl, body of a stripper. You'd need some thick beer goggles to miss the work she's had done. Ouch. The puppet stares blankly at you. Hey, Teeny. Hi, Raiders. How are you? How was the stream? Schoolgirl stripper? No, these are like... so we've just come through a medical facility where an evil doctor's been murdering people for body parts, and then like having a side business where he's mind wiping people and installing like chipsets into their heads so that they have the personality of whatever he wants them to, and then sells them onto buyers. So yeah, probably a little bit pervy, but good news is he's now dead. You just missed him dying with a rifle bolt to the face, which is nice. Right, what else do we have? I have also gone around and murdered a lot of the mental patients who were attacking me, which might have been a bad thing. Maybe it's okay. I'm not sure yet. As you approach the exit, you realize that Shannon lingers quite a few steps behind. Looking back, you see she is half turned, looking pensively towards the horror show of Holmes's lab. Finally feeling your eyes on her, she faces you and raises her head in a proud, almost defiant manner. We have done much good here tonight. We have removed 2 vile creatures from this world, and so ended a growing shadow they can cast upon the city. Our paths crossed and joined, and we did this thing together, but now here our paths must divide. You saw what I saw. This isn't over yet. No, it won't be over for some time to come. A distant cry of pain echoes down from somewhere above, and the young shaman pauses to listen to the tortured sound. There is still more work to be done for both of us, but what must be done differs for each of us. Playing through Warcraft 3, I feel like I don't remember anything. Yeah, I know. It's been so long since I played those Warcraft games that I can only really remember the Warcraft story from playing years and years of World of Warcraft. But my God, like Warcraft 3's with the Plague, right? With Arthas before he becomes the Lich King, I think. And I love that guy's story. Like he's such a good villain. And like his slow turn to madness is amazing. Does your character wear bunny ears? Yeah, I don't know what happened. It was the best armor I could afford, and unfortunately, I say unfortunately, you know, he's just got a fashion sense. He wants to wear bunny ears. I'm okay with it. I came here to find justice for my brother, and that has been done. His spirit can now find rest, but there are other victims of the Ripper, both alive and dead, who still struggle to be at peace. Many of them are here in this place, filling the halls with their torment. I cannot leave them behind. But the spirits have something else in store for you, a different path. You must finish what you've begun. You must confront the first evil that fostered the one we have just ended. I can respect that. Thank you. Thank you for everything. Because of you, my brother's killer has met a swift justice. And justice of the only sort such a man as Holmes deserved, death. I will now set to the task of healing those he has left behind. For every madman we faced here tonight, there are a dozen innocent souls crying out in need. The spirits of the departed will also need help in passing, or else I fear they may become like those we met in the hangar. They all deserve my help. And what about Lone Star? Can't they be... they can't be far behind. When they enter that room back there, they will have no thoughts other than thoughts of promotion. With the Ripper in hand, my brother will be forgotten, along with all the other victims, but so too will I. They will not be a problem. Whether that's true or not, Shannon's confidence and very presence seem capable of making it true. I remembered him to be better, but he pretty much went insane right away. Yeah, I mean, I think lore-wise, it was a more slow descent. I guess the games are just trying to kick off the action quite quickly, right? Like, in a way, I'm kind of on his side when it comes to, like, you know, the infected city. People were... It probably should have been killed. I don't think there was any healing them. Unfortunately, it made him a little bit batshit. Good luck to you, Wolf. I hope you can find the same justice for your friend that I found for my brother. Good luck to you. But the way he was talking was a bit nuts. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, it's Arthas. He is insane. That's okay. It's all part of the character. Lone Star. Yeah, the police force in this game is called the Lone Star. So when they refer to Lone Star, it's actually a police force, but they're all corrupt. Every single one of them. Loose ends. The ride back to the Seamstresses Union is quiet compared to the pandemonium left behind at Mercy Mental Hospital. Lone Star squad cars pass you on the road, sirens blaring, no doubt in response to the aftermath of your showdown with the late Dr. Henry Holmes, the Emerald City Ripper. The man who violently repossessed the internal organs of Sam and Jessica's mother, Melinda Watts. And although the killer is dead and his grip on the city is broken, it's clear he wasn't working alone. There are loose ends aching to be tied. The taxi turns into Redmond Way, cruising past now familiar landmarks until the Seamstresses Union, in all its decadent, seedy glory, materializes between swipes of the overworked windshield wipers. Time to evaluate your next move. The Union is quiet this afternoon. The salarymen and wage slaves haven't migrated from nearby offices and suburbs to dabble in the exotic yet. Yeah, this is my my current outfit. Don't ask me what he's wearing. Do not ask me. But look, +1 quickness, and I'm all about quickness. My guy's a street samurai. That's his class. Street samurai. How cool is that? Johnny Clean is talking with Cherry Bomb and Mrs. Kubota when you walk up. We were just talking about you, Wolfulv. And the Emerald City Ripper. Ironic that you tracked a serial killer to a mental hospital. Johnny Clean told us where you were going, Gome. We have been waiting for you to return. You seem pretty interested. Of course we're interested. We each have our reasons for wanting the killer found. Sam was a regular here, and his loss has been felt, regardless of his shortcomings. The whole sprawl has been shaken by these killings as well, the randomness of them. No one knows if they will be next or what the killer might take from them. I admit that the killings have hampered business as well. I'm sorry, but it's true. It does not help that Sam's body was found down the street from here. Even my regular customers have been loath to venture out with a killer on the loose. Now tell us, Ome, did you find the person responsible for the Ripper murders? Not exactly. I got the bastard who wielded the scalpel, but whoever's pulling the strings is still out there. Someone's pulling the strings of a serial killer? This sounds more complicated than I expected. It is. The head of the asylum was killing specific people to harvest specific body parts. All of the transplanted organs came from the same donor, Melinda Watts, Sam's mother. It looked like he was putting her back together. The three are silent as the news sinks in. So, Sam had an organ transplanted from his mother, and then the Ripper killed Sam and all those other people just to reassemble Sam's mother? It's about the size of it. I sense a cause and effect in this. Coyote and Jake Armitage just left here to attend Sam's funeral. I am told that there will be a reinterment ceremony for his mother as well. His sister invited me to the funeral and the reinterment when I met her here. Think his sister Jessica has something to do with it? Hang on. I saw Sam's sister when she was here the other day. She was as corp as they come, but I can't imagine a lady like that being behind a series of murders. There's got to be something else going on. It is clear that you must go to the funeral and talk with Jessica Watts, Wolf. I will, and I'm going to get some answers. I'm sure you will. Mrs. Kubota raises her hand and the conversation stops. Wait, before you go, there is one thing you did not tell us. Where is the Emerald City Ripper now? Decomposing. She nods in satisfaction. Hi, that is good. Marvelous. Why am I running over there? Stop. Maybe we're okay, actually. What was my next move? Go to the Watts' funeral. Okay. Welcome back, Wolf. Good to be back, Mr. Clue. What's the latest news? I feel like I should be asking you. Word around here was that you were closing in on the Ripper when you last left. Dare I ask how that went? He won't be a problem anymore. I hope that means what I think it means. And yet your shoulders are no more relaxed, and you still survey the room like a man who has yet to return from war. This isn't over, is it? The Ripper may have been killing on someone else's orders. The big guy sighs. I was hoping this would soon be all behind us. The Baron's has a short memory, but for wounds such as these it makes an exception. To see this prolonged, I fear for how it may forever change the landscape. They all look so interesting. Yeah, it's I don't know if you've heard of Shadowrun before. It's based on a tabletop game from way back, you know, like Dungeons and Dragons-esque. And apparently it was a game for like the Super Nintendo way back in the early 90s. And then they redid this one, which is quite a short campaign apparently, but it's a bit more of a sandbox. Like they released a load of tools for people to create their own campaigns and stuff like that. So I'm just going to play through the base campaign, I think, rather than download a ton of user-made ones. But apparently, like, some people have made some excellent versions themselves. But the whole sort of cyberpunk, sci-fi, D&D element is pretty cool. I've not heard of it. I feel like I should have. I don't think it's that popular certainly not compared to things like D&D. And it kind of pushed to the shadows a little bit with how popular D&D's become recently. And I think a lot of people prefer the fantasy element of D&D compared to the futuristic stuff. But I mean, if you like sci-fi and cyberpunk, you know, it's definitely worth looking into. Gangs have already started to take advantage of the chaos left in the Ripper's wake, and that only serves to destabilize what semblance of order there was, paving the way for the megacorps to make land grabs and push poor SIN-less further to the fringes, where the dangers are greatest. Sooner or later, even the Union could be threatened. Too many games, too little time. Tell me about it. You know, I did like a stock check of like what I consider my backlog of things to play. And I'm at like 630 games or something like that. I am going to die long before I get through my backlog at this point. It's not good. But you know, we keep plugging on. We just keep plugging through them. The more I play, the quicker I get through them, right? I mean, the problem is I'm signed up to Humble Bundle. I just bought some on summer sale. I'm crying internally. Yeah, I know, right? Me too. So I'm signed up to Humble Bundle, which is like eight free games a month. I say free, you know, you pay a subscription, but so I'm getting 8 games a month extra, as well as like PS Plus games that I get, which is like usually 3. So like 11 games a month. I'm never going to get through them. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. I complete like 3 a month. Maybe. Less than that, really. If it's an RPG, then it's like 1 in 3 months. But never mind. Keep plugging away, right? Gangs have already started to take advantage of the chaos left in the Ripper's wake, and that only serves to destabilize what semblance of order there was, paving the way for the blah 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 blah. I've already read that. Good thing the Union's got you then. Good thing we've got each other. Take care, Wolf. Time for a sabbatical. Yeah, I know, right? I have a problem. I definitely have a problem. Shall we go see if these people have anything new for me? Dogcastle looks to be better rested and in better spirits than the last time you saw her. She's also clearly had a shower and a change of clothes, maybe even some sleep. Her eyes are sharp when they turn up from her work to greet you. Welcome back, Wolf. Still all in one piece, I see. More's the pity for me, but I'll still take your money. Perhaps a full physical is in order, or we can call it a medical consultation. That's where I roughly determine the odds of your survival based on your professional proclivities. It comes with a lollipop. So what will it be? Actually, I'm curious how many patients you've lost over the years. Dr. Castle sets down her work and fixes you with a hard look. Her expression normally falls on an axis of varying degrees of indifference depending on her level of tiredness, but now it has shifted to something decidedly darker. Is this morbid curiosity? I didn't mean to upset you. It's fine, and I have no reservations about answering the question. To give you a hard number is difficult. There are many who I would have considered patients that never made it home, and so I suppose one could say they died while under my care, though not as a result of it. But the number I think you want is the number of patients who died on my table, and that number is 6. 6 who I was unable to save, spread across a 13-year career, and I remember each and every one, down to the smallest detail, including the moment where I realized I could do nothing more for them. I would argue that 4 of those 6 were beyond helping from the moment they passed through my door. The 5th died as a result of complications whilst installing a stolen piece of experimental cyberware, which I had cautioned against using, and the 6th? Entirely my fault. I made a mistake. I can't claim I was overtired or inexperienced or distracted. I simply made the wrong decision, and a young man died as a result. Still sounds like a pretty stellar track record, Doc. Nah, she's obviously not doing great about it. Yeah, good night, Teeny. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for the raid. Go and get some rest, and prepare yourself for what I hope will be a good week. Good night. I'm sorry, Dr. Castle. Monday, I know. We all hate Mondays. If we win the lottery, then Mondays won't be a problem anymore. But until that day, let's just treat them like the shitty little weekday that they are, I suppose. You know, Fridays are best friends. Mondays can go to hell. Yes, well, will there be anything else? Let's have a look at what you've got in. What do we got? I wonder how you get more essence. I don't know. Nothing new anyway. Never mind. Oi, Eric. Hey guy, I got some armored clothing here if you're interested. No, you just have my bunny rabbit suit. On his workbench, Buster currently has a mil-spec shotgun fully disassembled and its parts neatly arranged. He lovingly massages each part with a microfiber cloth coated in some kind of gun oil or polish. Whatever the stuff is, it leaves the pieces shining brilliantly and pungent as hell. Got some catalogs just come in. If you might be interested in an order, I can get gear shipped overnight from the manufacturer, though I won't lie to you, you'll be paying for the convenience. Otherwise, I got plenty of the usual bang-bangs waiting for a good home. What do you say? What do I say? What's the new hotness when it comes to dealing damage, Buster? Well, there are two schools of thought on the matter, and there are those who swear by their smart guns and such because they make the weapons more accurate, and thus more deadly. Then there are those who subscribe to the bigger boom theory, putting all their money on the biggest and baddest rounds. But you ask me, it's all situational. That's where the real advances have come. You can pack a Panther assault cannon, but it won't do you no favours if you're fighting in a basement hallway. By the same token, a room sweeper might carve up your average pack of gangers in close and personal, but its range is a big limitation. Military life never taught me that. It was dealing to runners like yourself that afforded me this epiphany. You've got to be ready for everything. On that note, might I interest you in some custom mods, or perhaps some specialty grenades? Do you do mods? You do weapons? You don't have any mods, liar. Nothing right now. Hey, what's up? Nothing. Algernon stands stock still, his eyes closed and his face composed in a mask of stern concentration, but then a small snore escapes his nose, instantly shattering the elf's carefully manicured mystique. A clearing of the throat is enough to rouse the talismonger from his meditation. Ah, Wolf, I was watching your approach from the astral realm. So good of you to visit again. What might I do for you on this fine day? How are things in the astral? Always a curious place, the astral. Though a mirror to our own world, it is ever-changing. I suppose the same can be said of our reality, but things of a transitionary nature here on the physical plane can cause long-lasting changes in the astral. The barrens that we can see and touch records the past with bloodstains on the sidewalk and bullet holes in the storefront walls, but the astral goes further, recording the emotions that accompanied these acts of violence. These events texture astral space. I wonder how people might act if they could see and feel what gets left behind. Sadly, not all who are awakened to the astral plane have their eyes so opened. There are plenty of magicians who revel in the dark energies left in astral space. But enough of my doomsaying. You must have better things to do. Is there any way I can help? I do wonder, because I don't cast spells, do I need him at all? Is it worth buying some to give to party members? I don't even know if I can equip party members with them, actually. And that being said, I would like to equip my new gun, please. There we go. How much money have I got? 7,000. Not bad. Not bad at all. What are we doing? Go to the Watts' funeral. Loose ends. Judge, you know what? No. We're not going to go to the Watts' funeral. We're going to save and end the stream because it is getting late and I'm getting tired. Quite frankly. So, we'll pick this back up. It's going to be Tuesday or Wednesday. I've said it every time I've streamed today, but I still don't know. So, Tuesday, 6 p.m.-ish, 6:30, 7 maybe. Or Wednesday at the same time. It depends on if I have D&D on Tuesday. I just don't know. Until I do, you also won't know. I apologise. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. It has been marvellous. My VODs are being uploaded to my YouTube channel. Just search for Wolfulv and I'm sure you'll find it. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for chatting. Drop me a follow if you'd like. It's free for you. And it makes me feel good. Hooray, win-win. I will catch you on the next stream. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.